Some of us are not meant to be okay, and that's okay. I'm not knocking anyone else's path they paved, but some of us are simply not meant to be okay. That's okay. Like, for example, I'm usually happy to be sad because sadness lets me know I need to be put in a place in between feelings and logic and try to clean up every mess I've made. This only happens when I feel like I can't imagine and everything and everyone around me are just trying to infect my brain. Eventually, this becomes a stacking problem or a pattern that falls on top of the others, and I can't seem to step away because I'm an addict to my problems. Very problematic of me, right? This is why most tend to steer clear. That very moment they look in my eyes, they see the fear here, but it's not just a look or gaze. It's that mirror image of me that they see that reminds them of themselves, and that's when they decide to push away. That's only a part of what it's like not to be okay. Very minor, right? Dig for solutions and you'll find the gold. That's very minor, like you'll get there eventually if you time it right. But for someone who talks to himself a whole lot, my other side never seems to take my advice. It's always anhedonia this, anhedonia that. Well, my pleasure's receptors lost their connection a long time ago. So happiness to me is just a big, long, silent tone from the unheard and unknown through the universe's echo, sounding like my own personal xylophone. Can you hear it? It's playing my favorite song, but it only comes on when I'm alone. Actually, it's only playing right now since I always truly feel like I'm alone. And every moment that goes by, I wish I was flying home to a place you can't find. It's gone. For anyone who's wondering, my home isn't close to here, not even remotely. This is a place I grew up in before I was born, so I think it's safe to say I was dead before I was alive. Oops, there I go again, speaking in death notes that need to be cracking and coded. Oops, there I goes again, not knowing when to let go. Oops, I said oops one too many times, and now I sound like the loops I was rapping on at every high school lunch that I ever cared to show up for. That wasn't much, but when I did, it was just for a show of character. I can't be that guy who lets others know that I'm not okay. I leave that for my therapist, but the catch is my therapist is not an actual person. It's the walls that surround me in my room when I'm isolating. Not only does this save me money, but it also saves me from the embarrassment that comes with my relapses. These walls help me out tremendously since I'm too broke to afford any type of therapy. I think that's why I continue to make poor decisions. I'm not going to sit here and ignore the fact that I'm fully aware of my actions and when I commit those decisions. But I will also not deny that I'm just bored of living. That very statement I just made is not okay. I should try to do more than sitting around and waiting for the storm to get me. Maybe I should try to explore different emotions. Maybe I should try to explore other religions. I mean, Jesus was never my thing, so I've never asked for the Lord's forgiveness. That would be a first. Surprisingly, my higher power was created by my low self-esteem, which can seem a little confusing to the average being. I'm not implying that I'm above anyone else. I'm actually below average, so I'm fine with not being okay. It empowers me. It gives me a reason to wake up every day, to be better, or at least try. That's why I believe some of us aren't meant to be okay. We need to drive, and sometimes feeling this way can be just that. I know it is for me because I like when my demons hug back. It gives me wings and the same freedom I once had as a child who knew nothing besides what's good and what's bad. Oh well, I'll figure things out one day, and hopefully then my life will get on track. For now, I'll just enjoy not being okay, because what good is a life if you never have to fill in some cracks? Thank you.